gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Banya. Today we have Nando Garcia, personal friend of mine and Dana's. He's a firefighter, father of 3, and Blue Belt at Gracie. And he likes to join us over at Grey Wolf too. So
welcome to the podcast.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. It's an honor and a pleasure to be here.
Absolutely, man. So what's going on?
Not much these days. Well, I'm recovering. I tore my bicep actually training. Tore that about 2 months ago
a
now.
Painful story.
Yeah.
Tell everybody about that one because it's actually could be a helpful story for some white belts to hear.
Yeah, actually, it really is. It's a good lesson that I learned. It was kind of silly. We're just training a guard pulling drill, and the whole idea was for me to lock up a guard, and my opponent was supposed to pass my guard. So I went to go grab his lapel, and this is a guy that's a little aggressive, a little too much sauce. We roll. He kind of rolls like we're trying to buy some groceries after, kind of thing. And so I grabbed his lapel, and to break my grip, he ended up opening his hand. His open hand punched my elbow in, so hyperextended my elbow in.
Ooh. Right.
And as soon as he did that, it was an instant pop and a burning sensation top of my forearm. And I was instant rage mode. So I just walked off the mat, grabbed my keys, and just went home.
Right.
Oh, no. Well, for those of you listening, it's not a good grip break to do that move.
That's
Work on your grip
right?
breaks.
Yeah, like in the street, go for it. You know what I mean? It was like a self-defense kind of maneuver he pulled.
Mm-hmm.
So which...
Yeah, in white belt defense, like, you know, you can only learn so many fundamentals on the first day, you know, and like breaking grips the proper way versus like coming in and punching in like that.
Yeah.
You know, that is tough because, like, I mean, it might seem like a good idea to a very untrained person, but here you are with a 6-week injury.
I wish it was that.
Oh,
soon.
6, how long?
It would be a total of 4 months off the mats.
Ugh. Yeah, that sucks, man.
Yeah, so I'm on month 2 right now, so I got 2 more months to go.
Oh, yeah, that's brutal.
Yeah.
Well, so your son also does jiu-jitsu. He's a killer, Sebastian.
Yeah.
What's he getting into?
Right now, he's so they're in the downturn of their season. He's down at Gracie Baja Chandler. Shout out to Professor Pugh and Bukeen.
Boom.
They're amazing. They've been great for the kids. They built this titan of a program for kids. Mm-hmm. And we moved him down there from North Phoenix because there's bigger kids down there his size, age, weight, belt, all that thing, sort of thing. And their skill level's next level. They have a kid, Luke Fiddler, who hasn't been beaten in like 2-3 years.
Wow.
Kid's a beast.
Yeah.
But anyways...
He's Sebastian's size?
Yeah.
Okay.
Similar, yeah. I think he'll be getting his orange belt, and he's about 125, and Sebastian's like around 128 right now.
Okay.
How do the belts go for kids?
For Gracie, it goes white, solid gray, black, and then it goes that same progression, but through the yellow, orange, and green.
Okay, and then green's the last one before your adolescent blue belt.
That's like their version of the black belt.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yep. And then blue belt. It's a whole new game.
Nice.
So right now he's actually wants to compete ADCC next month.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where is that?
That's in San Diego on January 18th.
That's not bad for you guys then.
No, not at all. And I told him, I said, dude, it's a whole new ballgame compared to GI and IBJJF. It's an open rule set, and there's some street fighters in there. That's some kids that are. It's gonna be a battle and a brawl. And he's like, I don't care. Let's do it.
Well, for sure, for us old people, you know, having a preference, gi, no gi, whatever. But for like, if I was training as a youngin, I would definitely do both. You know, just the skill set levels. Yeah. Like it's gonna no gi, more athletic, right? Kind of different moves, but your motion and stuff is gonna improve. Like your general speed and quickness, right? Versus like in gi, it's a lot more slowed down, very technical, right?
Yeah.
So probably super healthy for him to do both.
I agree. It looks like to me that no gi's more athletic. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know, so he wants to try it out.
Yeah.
So he hasn't been doing much no-gi. It's been mostly gi, or
yeah, he's a gi specialist for now. I mean, he wrestles, so he did well.
Does he like wrestling?
He loves it.
That's awesome.
Loves it. Yeah, so he's excited to wrestle again. He just misses the submissions part of it.
Right.
Yeah.
But he won his weight bracket in junior high, so
oh, nice.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
He did well.
I'm personally terrified with my children to like get them too deep into jiu-jitsu because I'm scared they're gonna like it way more than wrestling. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
I'm like having that internal battle, but like I mean it's gonna be what it is, right? But that's cool to hear that Sebastian loves wrestling, even though he's like primarily a killer jiu-jitsu player.
Yeah, and also it was kind of inception for his future because I knew that as of now you can't get a college scholarship for jiu-jitsu, but obviously you can for wrestling. I said, hey dude, if you want to get a chance at a scholarship later on, you need to wrestle now. So
right.
kind of open the door for him.
And you never know. I mean, jiu-jitsu is growing so much. That may be a thing, a few years scholarship for jiu-jitsu or something else.
Dude, that would be so much fun if colleges had jiu-jitsu. I was asking.
I'd go back.
Yeah. You got eligibility.
You got 4 years.
Yeah, do like a D3 school. They'll take you.
So real quick before we get going too far, let's get a temperature reading if we could.
We're at a cool, 162?
Yeah, 162. Sean Babbins, if you're listening, we need a new temperature thermometer. This little baby guy's not cutting it. The guest can barely read it. I can't read. I'm blind. So step it up, my guy.
It's from Babbo?
Yeah, that's from Babbo. Look at how
That's
small
all you can
that
afford?
is. I know, right?
He's like a financial guru?
I know. That's not looking good for your brand. Let's get a big Babbins Wealth Managed one the size of Nando over there.
Yeah, let's get a sponsorship here for the pod.
Come on, Babbo.
Hey, he got the benefit of the first podcast ever, so.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah, he was the first one.
That's
you know what? He's probably going to get us one that's smaller than that. I want it made of gold and the size of Nando's head.
That's pretty big, man.
Yeah, so it's fun stuff, but
yeah.
So you're doing jiu-jitsu, obviously. Your kid's doing jiu-jitsu. What brought? Did you start it? Did he start it? What brought you guys into the sport?
That's a good story. So I always, being in my mid-30s, I felt like in life I'd done pretty well for myself. I felt like everything was going the way I wanted to go. So I didn't feel like I was at a place where I was being challenged anymore. And so I'm a big Rogan podcaster, so he talks about jiu-jitsu and me all the time. And so I knew I wanted a new challenge in life. But then my son was going through some stuff. It was actually during COVID. He was homeschooling, and it kind of just, he didn't have that social interaction, that outlet, so he kind of changed a little bit for the worse. Sure. And him and I weren't gelling. I was trying to be a tough dad, toughen up my boy.
Right.
So it wasn't working well. And then he went to school, back in the classroom. He was getting picked on a lot. So he wasn't confident at home. Him and I weren't gelling. He was getting picked on a lot.
Oh, yeah.
So his self-esteem was kind of taking a dip, and all the sports weren't working for him. Tried basketball, soccer, baseball, whole thing. And that wasn't working. And so I had enough. I was out of tricks up my sleeve as a dad. And I knew about jiu-jitsu. And so I decided to call Gracie, because it's the only gym I knew at the time.
Right.
I said, what's the story? And he said, bring him down. I said, you got it. And so I called him. He was actually with my wife at Walmart. And they were shopping, and they had no idea. And I just called her up. I said, hey, bring him home. He's got jiu-jitsu at 6. And she's like, what is that? And
going to a steakhouse? Or what?
So I took him down to the gym, and on the way there, I said, look, dude, gave him the rundown of what I just told you guys. And I said, man, you got to figure it out now before it gets too late. So you got a year ahead of you of jiu-jitsu, so you can go there, get your ass kicked for a year and cry, or you can go and figure it out. It's up to you, but you're going to do this for the next year, and then we can discuss whether you do it or not.
Sure.
And then from the first day, he was getting his butt throttled out there, but he loved it. He was smiling the whole time, bouncing around, and just loved it. And after the class, he goes, he didn't know I already signed him up, but he goes, Papa, I want to do it. And I said, good news, because you're in.
Remember, you're here for a year?
Yeah, so then he started training. 3 months in, he's like, I want to compete. I said, relax.
Wow.
And then I talked to the professors, Professor Jojo, and he goes, if he wants to do it, let him do it. Let's go for it. And then he did great. His first match ever, he won by rear naked choke.
That's so fun.
Yeah. Nice. And he got a silver. So then, like, I have to admit, I was crying, dude, because he was happy. He was aggressive. Like, he just found a passion. So as a dad, like, it unlocked him. And so it was a really emotional moment for my wife and I. He's in.
Dude, that's amazing.
Yeah. And then, so he took off with it. He's really good now. He won Jiu-Jitsu Con. He got silver this past year. So he's a killer out there. And then so a year in, I realized that I needed to get training too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Otherwise, he's gonna be kicking your butt pretty soon.
That's part of it. You're not wrong. Yeah, right. The writing on the wall is like, if I don't train, this kid's gonna beat my ass by 16. So then I got on the mats, and then for me it was a whole different ball game. Like I talked about, it was a new challenge for me. It was very humbling. You learn very quickly in jiu-jitsu how badass you are not. Mm-hmm. When you walk in off the mats, because as he's training, I'm watching the adults. I'm like, I'm sizing these guys up. You know, that's what a 6'2" firefighter would do. Like, nah. I get in the mat, first class. I get rolled up by a 55-year-old overweight guy with a bad eye.
You don't need eyes in jiu-jitsu.
No, you don't. That's
that
what I
doesn't
figured
mean
out.
anything, huh?
Yeah, that's when I figured out that I needed to figure it out.
Dude, so it's a humbling experience when a guy who's 20 years older or half your age and 50 pounds lighter can just mop the floor with you.
Yeah. So that's where it all started. So now I have Emiliano training too. He's 7. So that's been a real good experience for him too.
Sophia, when are you up, Sophia?
Sophia has plans to do ballet, dancing, equestrian sports.
I see
skating.
I see that for her actually. Yeah. we can leave her out of jiu-jitsu. She'll be fine.
Yeah, we can train her at home.
Yeah.
Be all right.
She's going to be just fine. Yeah. But no, dude, that's an amazing story, truly. I mean, especially like, watching somebody develop like that and that deep. I was fortunate, like I was just thrown into it from a super young age, so I didn't ever have that choice, but that's cool to see a kid at that age. Like he was in junior high at the time?
No, he started at 9 or 10.
9.
He was 10.
Yeah. Still, that's pretty,
Yeah.
Is he
pretty old?
13?
He's 13 now.
Yeah, and he's already like 7 feet tall, isn't he?
Yeah, he's getting there, man. He's 5'9" already. Okay. But he's a whole different guy. He's confident, walks around with a little swag now, and looks good.
Oh, dude,
proud of him.
I see him over at Sandpiper, dude, picking up all your kids for you. He's doing your job.
Yeah. Yeah, you're not wrong.
I want that. That's nice, man. Yeah, dude, it's weird life. Like, I was talking to a couple people about this. Like, you can be like happy and on a really good pace, and it's like you can get stuck in that, but it gets even better sometimes. It's wild, like life could be good and like you could have just sat back and probably like let Sebastian do whatever, but like boom, now you're at that next level of happiness for everybody. So like it's crazy, those decisions. Like it's probably hard to understand how impactful they are, at the moment. But then it's just like looking back, it's like, what would life be like if I had a miserable son and all this bad stuff was going on?
It's kind of like that 1 degree theory, where like you're on a straight path, and if you don't correct it, you're off 1 degree. Then 10 years from now, you're off 30 degrees.
Yeah, for sure.
So.
And in the positive direction, the same thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
It'd be cool to see, that timeline shift where it's different. If you didn't do that, what life would be like, we'll never know, of course.
No,
but
thank God.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's an amazing thing.
Yeah.
So how's work going, dude? Firefighter? Where we at?
Yeah, Surprise, Arizona. Been there for about 7 years now. It's been great, man. It's a great career. It's very impactful. Takes a lot, but I enjoy it. So I'm something anything else.
You struggle at all with like the difficult side of the job being like seeing a lot of trauma, people in really bad spots? I don't think I would do well, which is what scares me about that job, like seeing that on a consistent basis. So I'm always worried for you guys.
Yeah, it's actually a hot topic these days because the numbers are coming out. How many of us have PTSD? And a lot of suicides.
How could you not, dude?
Yeah,
I mean.
We've had quite a bit of suicides in the valley recently have been brought to light related to PTSD, so it's a big issue now. Luckily, the culture of the fire service is changing, because back in the 80s and 90s, like, you were considered weak if you
suck it up.
Yeah, suck it up. Like, we all do this.
Right.
Get back on the truck. Where it's 180 now. Like, hey, if you have a call that bothers you, you need to speak up, seek counseling.
Yeah, talk to people about it.
Talk to somebody professionally, and then if you need to, go home.
Yeah.
So to answer your question, for the most part, I didn't. But then we had a rash of terrible traumas at work. We had a 6-year-old kid. His head got smashed by a tree. He was dead. We had to transport him, though. His head was smashed in. And then we had another kid that was 21 on his street bike. he was all geared up, doing the right thing. I don't know if he's speed limit or not, but he was cruising on the road, and his car pulled out in front of him, and he just ate the car. And typically, you obviously projectile off of the bike, but he didn't.
He just went straight.
He went straight into the fender of the car. So his torso from the nipples up ate the entire impact. The crazy part is that his helmet was completely intact.
Yeah.
So when we took off the helmet to treat him, he was just like mashed potatoes inside him.
Jeez. Wow.
Yeah. And so we had we had a murder-suicide, all within like probably 8 weeks.
Yeah.
In that small pocket there. And I think at that point is where I told you, it's like, hey, I'm getting a little tired now. It's getting to be a little heavy right now.
Dude, yeah. I mean, I tell you what to do, but yeah. Monitor that, man,
Yeah, but I do have a therapist.
Cool.
So I talk about it openly.
Yeah.
I love to, because I think it's good for guys of my age to set the example for the young guys that are just coming on.
Yeah, for sure, right? Like, this is okay to do.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so I love her.
That's awesome.
She's great, man. She's great. She's helped me out through a lot of stuff, professionally and personally.
Yeah. How does that, the culture in the firehouse, or, whatever you're calling it, with discussing it, like after calls, is that something you guys do? Or I'm completely foreign to this. I know a few firefighters like RB and some guys we train with, but what is that like with, the rest of the guys in your unit or whatever you call it?
It's in our firehouse or engine, whoever responds to the call. It's actually really open now. Our battalion chiefs, who are in charge of multiple fire trucks or companies, will get us together and talk about it, and they'll ask us, how is everybody doing, kind of get a feel for the vibe. And then we'll break off into our stations. That's when our captains will speak up, and we'll just talk about it, whether we bullshit over the table, at dinner time, or we want to just pull them off the side, or just go home. It's really supportive nowadays.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, it is good. Trying to save lives,
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're saving other people's lives, but, always having to be cognizant of your own as well.
Yeah.
That's a big piece of it. I mean, without firefighters, we'd be lost in a lot of ways, so it's a great thing.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. We do our best,
Yeah, dude. It's amazing what you do. I witnessed one horrible thing on the road ever in my life, and it was heavy, and I don't know how you guys do that every day, man.
I don't know either.
Seriously, man.
You sign up for the glory, for the house fires.
Right, the camaraderie, kicking indoors, saving babies.
All the badass shit, right? That's what we sign up for.
Yeah.
But they don't realize the price you pay.
Right.
We do have a great career. We're taken care of very well with our schedule and benefits, all that stuff, but it's a heavy price to pay with our health, our mental health.
Sure.
Our sleep schedules are messed up.
Oh, dude, yeah, that too.
Yeah.
RB recently, our other buddy, he's doing how did he get to he's doing a desk job over there.
Yeah, he's going to be switching over to more of a desk job. He got his captain certification or whatever it's called.
Cool.
He's a captain. I want to say maybe a year ago or maybe 6 months ago.
Yeah.
Nice.
But yeah, he's trying to shift over. Just a little work-life balance, I guess. But
home every night.
Yeah.
All everything we just talked about. It's like, he's like, yeah, I'm going to miss being on the truck, of course. Like I already do, thinking about it. But it's like all that stuff kind of he gets to take a little time out on.
Good for him, man.
Yeah.
Congrats to RB. Haven't met you yet, but congrats,
you
man.
haven't met RB?
I've met. I always heard about him.
Oh, yeah.
We
came across paths, but
RB and Charlie in the same room. Our firefighter boys, our hunky firefighter man.
I'm not so hunky right now with my injury.
Oh, you guys are all hunks for sure in my book.
Make me blush in here.
Yeah. Boom. All right, let's take a little agua break.
Little dip.
Be right back. It's fun.
I was actually listening to Lex Friedman interviewing Elon Musk's brother, Kimball.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and it was cool. He brought up a good point. He goes, I am so sick and tired of small talk. He goes, when I throw parties, I bring people over to have tough conversations.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fucking that's so real,
Get in deep with someone. Get to know them a little bit versus just the BS of just making time.
Right.
I guess you could call them tough conversations, but like when we're chilling out by the fire, like we're talking about real stuff, but we're laughing the whole time. You know what I'm saying? So I hope he means that, because I get tired of I can't really have I can have the conversation, but it's wearing on you to have a therapy level conversation with somebody.
Yeah, that's
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, you can talk about hard stuff, but it's gotta be fun, man.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm out. You know.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, let's get what do you say we get some water on those rocks?
Oh yeah, baby, Nando.
We're
Guest
sitting
of honor.
about 160 degrees.
Yeah, we dipped.
Yeah, it's too cold. Yeah, let's heat it up. We can do another one.
Hit it. Yeah, let's test out this mic while that fire's burning or the steam. Oh, Jesus!
There we go. There we go.
Oh, fuck.
Baby.
Right in the face.
That's why you need the hat, dude. It helps out a lot.
Yeah, it
but
does.
I'm swallowing that, man. Good lord.
yeah.
Take it in.
All right, Nando, for you, sweet angel Nando.
Here we go. We go back in.
Yeah, we're back, baby. So what I like about certain government jobs is you guys kind of like retire nicely at a good age.
Yeah.
And like, what's attractive to me about that is like, you retire at an age where you can still do cool stuff.
Yep.
So do you have that lined up in your mind, like what once the fire department puts you out to pasture, what you're gonna do?
I can't wait for that day.
Yeah.
I love the job, dude, but at that I'll
Right.
be 54 and retire.
Mm-hmm.
So I was by then I'll be tired.
Yeah.
So great question because I have a whole second career lined out.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna start actually a helicopter flight school this coming year.
Amazing.
So I'm gonna start knocking out some hours, certifications like that.
You're making me worry about you though, my dude.
You're going
You go
less dangerous,
you go from
right?
one thing that I'm worrying about you for to something I'm even more terrified. Like, dude.
Life's too short, man.
I guess, but
I
you can
just-
do other stuff that doesn't require you to
That's
hover over the ground so high.
I'm an adrenaline junkie, man. I just
All
love
right.
it. I love it. I actually started working on helicopters in wetland fire. I was a rappeller
Oh,
in the Forest Service, and that's where I fell in love with it.
Okay.
So we'd open the doors, hover over a remote
okay.
fire,
all right, I'm back. I'm in.
pop the doors,
Yep.
and they send us out, and we're sitting on the skids. And the helicopter's holding, the pilot's holding us at a hover, and that split moment, you're in the middle of the air, all you hear is the chopper blade just whack in the air.
Do you know that is what every kid watching cartoon thinks that they're gonna do in their life at one point, and very few people actually get to, the part on the helicopter
Yeah.
you're talking about, the
Yeah.
skids.
Yeah.
Like that's everybody. Like as your kid, you assume like I'm gonna be doing that one day, and you just don't.
You're right.
Like suddenly you're 37 years old, and you've never hung off the bottom of a helicopter before.
Life passes you quick, man.
Like what am I
Yeah.
even doing?
I just went for it. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
dude.
I
Well,
loved it.
Get a good coach, please.
Oh, yeah.
So you can operate that crazy business
Oh, I can't
correctly.
wait, though. I can't wait. That's where my
Man,
real
dude.
passion lies.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
so
awesome.
I'll be getting that set up for the next 15 years. and-
Because you retire, right? You got a pension.
Yeah.
Not to mention you got a sugar mama.
Shout out.
Shout out to
She
the
hates
sugar
when I say
mama.
it, though. She hates me called Sugar Mama.
Oh, okay, sugar mama.
Yeah.
Sorry.
She's an angel.
Yeah.
God bless her.
Sugar angel.
Yeah.
Can we call you
Yeah.
sugar angel?
And I just want to add, she's a complete opposite of me.
Uh-huh.
She is a very conservative, very safe person.
Right.
She thinks everything that I do or want to do is just completely insane.
Mm-hmm. She's
But-
putting training wheels on your bicycle for
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. She keeps me grounded. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Good luck as a helicopter pilot staying grounded.
Yeah. That's, yeah.
But she's also really cool though. Like what
She
I
is.
know about Ilse, like I feel like she can absorb things, like
Yeah.
like that.
She can, and she's just a big supporter. She obviously wouldn't pick that for me,
Yes, 100%.
but she knows it's a passion of mine. It's a life goal. So she's an amazing wife in that way, where she's gonna support me. She says, "Go do it."
All right. Well, Sugar Angel, if you're listening and you want to talk Nando out of the helicopter business, I'll help you with that. Just let me know what I can do.
That ship has sailed, my friend.
Oh no.
It took off, I should say.
Monies have been moved. Training is acquired.
Yeah.
Well, that's insane. I did not expect that. Usually it's like, I'm going to get a farm and a pig and, something like that. But, okay.
Nah, man.
We
Life's
can
too
007
short.
here. All right.
Yeah, I wish I could have another 80 more years in this earth with a healthy body, because I love to do 3 different things.
Dude, yeah, I hear you there.
Yeah.
Although I'm also pretty tired, so there's that.
Yeah, there's that. Kids, man. Kids will do that.
Yes, yeah. That they will. Get you ready for bed, that's for sure.
Yeah, they will. Yeah. It's different.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Well, boom. This was super fun. You got anything for Nando, Dana?
No. Thanks for coming, man.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, we'll have you back on, obviously.
I'd love to. Got tons more to talk about.
Hell yeah, baby.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for listening. Let's sign this out, Dana.
Yeah. Peace out, everybody.
All right. Have a good night.
All right. Thanks. Bye.